Look, I don't know about you guys, but I'm bored, like extremely bored. There's legit nothing happening in crypto anymore. No crazy news, no big pump and dumps, no nothing. The only thing we have going right now is the Ethereum Merge. Other than that, there's nothing else. But just because the markets are boring doesn't mean this video has to be too. So I'm gonna make this video as juicy as possible. So make sure you guys stick around and watch the whole video, because in today's video, I'm gonna give you guys my take on where I think the markets are headed, because I hear a lot of people saying certain things which I don't necessarily agree with. I'm also gonna share my strategy on how I plan to make money in this yet boring market, along with going over this Ethereum update and how to make money with that as well. And of course, since this is a top coins video, you know your boy is gonna share some hidden gems with you. But before I do, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe if you guys haven't already. I make videos all about money, finance, and crypto, so if you guys are interested, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Alright, looking at the overall crypto market right now, Bitcoin is hovering in that $18,000 to $22,000 range, which is exactly what I was expecting, because if you didn't watch my last month's video, in that video I talked about market cycles and how understanding how they work will make you a lot of money. For example, if you look at Bitcoin back in 2017, we saw the price of Bitcoin rally to all-time highs of about $20,000. But then right after, the market crashed and the prices came right back down. And this is where we bounce around a lot. We went from 9,000 up to 11,000. Then a month later, we came back to 6,000 and back up to 10,000. And all these are perfect examples of what I like to call pump fakes. Think of them as like fake bull runs to get people excited. And I think that's what we're in right now. Because if we zoom out over the past couple months, we can see this is the same exact thing happening right now. Alright, I just quickly came on my laptop real quick to show you exactly what I'm talking about. But if we look at I'm on the 4-hour chart, and this is Bitcoin's price. Like over here, it was trading at 19,000, and then it went all the way up to 23. Then it came back down to 21, and then back up to like 25. And it's just trading and hovering in this little area like we've seen back in 2017. Now, I know it's pretty much impossible to time the bottom of these, so the best thing you can do is DCA, or you can use what I use. This is Lux Algo. It's a premium indicator that tells you exactly when to buy and sell. And you guys can clearly see over here, there was a buy signal and the price ended up going up. It's all real time. They have a whole bunch of different settings you guys can use. I use this when I trade, and it really changed my game. I've been using them for I think like 2 years. I've talked about them plenty of times. You guys can watch my previous videos on them. But if you guys want signals of when to buy and sell, and it works for anything, like I can go to other cryptos over here. It has signals for everything. So if you guys want this, I'll leave a link to it down in the description box below. But the biggest thing we need to consider amongst all of this is the Ethereum merge that's happening in a couple weeks, because that's honestly big enough to move the whole market. So we can't necessarily fully rely on history. Now, speaking of the Ethereum merge, I want to talk about this real quick, because as I mentioned, this is actually a very big indicator of how the market will end up playing out. Now, Ethereum developers have come out and said they've finally begun the merge, and it's supposed to be all set to go from a proof of work to a proof of stake model on September 15th. Now, if you don't know the difference between the two, well, I wish you luck. I'm just kidding. The biggest thing from switching to a proof of work to a proof of stake model is that it'll have much more benefits, such as higher staking rewards, less supply being printed, better electricity consumption, and the list just goes on and on. Now, this is huge for the crypto community, because this is the first time something has been done at this level, and will probably be the most significant blockchain upgrade the industry has ever seen. So, as you can tell, this is extremely bullish news for Ethereum. But if you haven't already got in when I was telling you to do so a couple months ago, it's best to just hold off and not buy right now, as this news is already priced into the cost of Ethereum. So the best thing to do right now is just wait, because when this officially goes live, there's going to be a lot of hype around the project, and with that much volume, it's very unpredictable of what can happen. Now, obviously, people are expecting the price to go up, but there's a chance that it can go down too, because what many people aren't taking into account is that all of ETH 2.0 stakers will now have the ability to sell those, and with a lot of people's portfolios in the red right now, I could see a lot of people selling and bringing back the price down. So personally, I'm just sitting on the sidelines right now, as I bought as much as I can a couple months ago when the price was around the $1,000 mark. So I'm already up a lot, but right now I just want to see what happens after this merge. But besides Ethereum, if you're looking to get into some projects, these are 4 coins that I recommend, taking into account all the uncertainty in the market right now. Now, I know not everyone has the same risk level, so the first 2 I'm going to be talking about are going to be the safer options, and then the last 2 are going to be the more riskier that can give you that 10-20x 10x on your money. Alright, so the first coin is going to be Binance's token, or BNB, but before you skip away, just hear what I have to say. Binance is ranked number 5 on CoinMarketCap with a market cap of 48 billion, but the big thing that's going on behind the scenes that many people don't know is that their CEO Changbang Zhao is getting real aggressive with investments in other projects, because right now crypto projects are struggling bad and they need money to stay afloat. So what Binance is doing is they're coming in and buying up all these smaller projects for dirt cheap that have a lot of potential to grow. And when we enter back into the bull market, Binance will now have all these projects under its belt ready to deploy. And as we all know, news sells. So I can imagine them pushing out all these new things they'll be starting, causing the price of their coin to increase as well. Now, Binance is also one of those companies where we don't need to be worried about if they go bankrupt. Celsius, because last year they did $20 billion. Now, as I mentioned, this is more of that safer option. Binance is currently around $300, so we probably won't see that 10-20x, but you will see that maybe 2 to 4x on your money. And you'll also have that peace of mind knowing that your money will be safe and it won't disappear overnight. Celsius. Alright, the next safer option is AVAX or Avalanche. Now, Avalanche is basically a blockchain that easily allows developers to build dApps or decentralized applications. Now, this past year, they've done $130 million in revenue, and they're number 2 in blockchain in terms of revenue behind Ethereum. Now, the reason why I think Avalanche will do really well is because it allows developers to build Ethereum-based dApps seamlessly. And with Ethereum having the merge coming up and potentially having tons of new users, having a platform like Avalanche where people can come and develop easily will be super beneficial. And with the influx of new people, that'll have a positive return on the price as well. Avalanche is currently about $23, but it did have an all-time high of about $140. They also just had their best month ever in terms of monthly transactions, and they just got added to the Wisdom Trees Exchange traded product. Man, what a mouthful. Which is going to give traditional investors more exposure to the company, aka more money flowing in and higher prices for Avalanche. Overall, Avalanche is tied to the price of Ethereum. So as the price of Ethereum has been rising over the past couple months, so has Avalanche's. So if Ethereum goes to crazy numbers, which a lot of people are expecting to do so, we can best believe that Avalanche will do the same and will provide larger returns as well. Alright, those were some of the more safer coins, but for those of you looking to be more riskier and make that 10-20x on your money, here's what I have for you. The first coin is going to be Filocoin. Now, I know this is another coin a lot of people already know, but again, just hear me out. Filocoin is currently priced at around $6 with an all-time high of close to $200. Now, this coin has insane potential, and it has a potential of just 33xing to go back to its all-time high. And like I said, I know a lot of people already know this, but I don't think a lot of people know the potential this coin has. See, Filocoin is all about storing data in a decentralized way. Basically, today how companies store data is that they use platforms like Google or Amazon to store it, and then Google or Amazon will go out and build massive server warehouses to do this. The problem with this is the servers that they build are centralized, so if you're on the West Coast and your server is on the East Coast, you'll have performance issues, and not to mention how long it'll take for you to access your data because it's so far. Also, centralized servers are prone to natural disasters like tornadoes or floods, so if your server ever gets knocked out by any natural disaster, well, you can say bye-bye to all your data, and for some big companies, that's a huge issue. And that's the issue that Filocoin is trying to solve. Their idea is to have someone like me or you be able to allow a big company to store their data on our personal computers, and we'd be able to get paid for it. Now, obviously, this data would be encrypted so we can never see what's on it, but it solves the issue of having companies' data all in one spot. This also makes storing data for them a lot cheaper because it brings more servers into the space, and it also allows individuals like us to get paid for it. Alright, and the final coin I would look at, which is pretty far on the risky spectrum, is seedify.fund. Now, I talked about this in my last video, but I never really went in depth, so I will in this video. Now, Seedify is an incubator and launchpad for blockchain games and gamers. Basically, what they do is allow individuals like you and I to invest in early stage gaming projects. Now, there are a lot of new projects that are being developed and need funding, and Seedify is a cool way for average people like me and you to get in on these new gaming projects without having a lot of money. Now, you might be asking, isn't the gaming sector dead for crypto? Yes, you're right. All the coins are pretty much down 80 to 90%, and most of those will be long gone before the next crypto bull run. But I personally think the gaming industry is going to be huge in the next crypto run. I think we're going to see prices like we've never seen before for projects like Sandbox, Gala, Vulcan Forge, and a lot of other gaming coins. Now, personally, I wouldn't put money into the gaming sector just yet. What I'm doing is researching a whole bunch of gaming coins and then making a list. And then when I see Bitcoin's price start to run up, that's when I'm going to buy, because many of these coins are considered low cap, and we need Bitcoin's price to go up first before we see the prices of these coins start to go up, because as we all know, money flows down in crypto. Now, going back to why I like seedify and why I think it'll be big is because if you go to their website, you'll see all the upcoming pools that you can be a part of and invest in. And how this all works is if you find a game on their website, you can invest in that game, meaning you can get a portion of that company before they get listed on any other exchange. So you're essentially getting in before anybody else, so there's a lot of room for upside. But with that, there is a lot of risk as well, because with these investments, they're basically like startups. They don't have any proven track record, and it's usually just like a one-man team or a few people working on the project. And this is exactly what venture capitalists do all the time. The majority of the startups they invest in fail, and that's part of the game, and they know that. They only need 1 out of their 10 investments to hit to make them a lot of money. And this is the same mentality I'd have going into this as well. Yes, it is risky. Do your research, ask around, talk to the team, but just understand that once you make your investment, there's a high chance that it won't do well. But on the very slim chance that this game gets adopted in the gaming community, you're looking at 100 to 1,000x on your money. Also, because seedify is a smaller coin, it's not listed on Coinbase, so you're gonna have to go to exchanges like PancakeSwap, KuCoin, Gate.io, or these other smaller exchanges. Yes, it does require a few extra steps to buy, but I always tell myself if it's on Coinbase or these other big exchanges, there's not a lot of money to be made because it's already been widely available to so many people. So if you're able to pick them up on these low-key exchanges that, mind you, a lot of people already don't know how to use, it'll give you a lot better odds of making more money. Now, no matter which coins you end up choosing, just remember everything is a toss-up right now until we see this ETH update and how everything will play out. And remember, September 15th. And I say this all the time, the best thing to do is always just DCA. I'm telling you, it always works, and it will always work out for the long term. But that's all I have for you guys today. If there's any other coins that you guys are researching that you think is going to be huge, let me know down in the comment section below. I'm always researching new coins. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in next week's video. Peace.